Hello, I'm Amy Zawi with the Jerusalem Connection Report Friday Red Alert for May 5. Christians stand in solidarity with Israel and other progress. This morning in Washington, D.C., Christians are standing with Israel and Jews in a sense of solidarity for purpose and human rights and the historicity and spiritual legacy that the Jewish people hold to this day throughout the world, as well as in the established state of Israel. Numerous prayer events are ongoing, and collaborative and strategic meetings are happening this afternoon for the purpose of relaying the truth of the existence of the State of Israel that is not only ordained by God in His plan, but also in humanistic terms endowed with the very right to exist and operate in good faith as a member of the international community, as a sovereign state with democratic ideals, a legislative body, a judicial branch, and both a national and individual set of characteristics that are beneficial not only to its own inhabitants, but to its neighbors and the world at large. I will follow up next week on more insights and outcomes of this day of solidarity. But as I examine the recent happenings in the Solidarity movement, a website called Proclaiming Justice to the Nations is a group that has helped a Christian comedian named Brad Stein generate a docutainment release wherein he travels throughout the world and through Israel and the territories, interacting with heads of state, various comedians and entertainers, and everyday people living in the region. He's admittedly not an expert on Middle Eastern issues or on Israeli-Palestinians goings-on. Brad's motivation, as he states in his own words, is his faith and desire to know more about the people and the truth. With humor and objectivity, as well as love and goodwill, he crisscrosses the nation as well as the rest of the world to interview and get various perspectives. His title is called Boycott This, and the subtitle is, if you want to know what BDS is, simply remove the D. In a quote from the Jerusalem Report that reported on this docutainment, quote, colored with clips from comedic films and popular songs, Stein takes his act to Palestinians working in Israeli companies in Judea and Samaria, students on American college campuses, and Israeli rescue teams, speaking with a wide array of leading figures to help make sense of the anti-Jewish crusade. This docutainment was originally released in March of 2017, but has since gotten some renewed press as in the wake of Israeli Apartheid Week, which is a week on college campuses trying to highlight and degrade the nation of Israel, as well as the uptick in remembering the Holocaust because of Holocaust Remembrance Day on April 24th. You can see a 5-minute preview of Stein's movie at pjtn.org, and find more information about where you can view the entire short film. Other recent accomplishments against the BDS measure, that is the boycott, divest, sanction movement, alive and well in many college campuses, is that Texas has now passed anti-BDS legislations at its state level. Moreover, scientists around the world have signed a new petition against academic boycotts of Israel. Keep in mind, in 2002, at the infancy of the BDS movement, 100 or so academic and scientists in the Boston area were the first to sign declarations against the Israelis, specifically their academic community. However, in April 2017, over 100 scientists signed a public statement to the contrary, noting the free flow of ideas is necessary for progress. In a report by the Wall Street Journal, I will quote, perhaps the academics who signed the statement in defense of liberal ideas can help stop aggression against Israel in academia in general, a place that, in their words, promotes the dialogue and cooperation essential to advancing knowledge, solving problems, and promoting understanding. The rest of the academic community and all who benefits from its labors should be grateful for this proclamation. In another report by JTN on April 25th, the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres vowed to take action to end anti-Semitism and called the denial of Israel's right to exist a modern form of anti-Jewish hatred. This is a great proclamation to come from the Secretary General, as Nikki Haley, the U.S. representative, ambassador to the UN, has also publicly stated repeatedly that the bias and anti-Israel sentiment and even anti-Semitic sentiment in the UN is overwhelming, and she too vows to stop it. These are all great bits of progress in the constant war to protect and promote the truth of who Israel is in the Middle East, its place in history, as well as its composition. That is, the Jews of the world, the Jews of the area, and other inhabitants that call Israel home. And the fact that while no government is error-free or unflawed, it is certainly receiving an undue biased measure of unfair accusations in the academic community and in the news community, and our job here is to report on it and to fight back against it. Shavua Tov. Have a great week. Shabbat Shalom.